Okay. Make this smaller so I can see me. Hi, everybody. How are we doing tonight? Oh, it is. I'm going to start again in a minute. So here we're good. Where's Twitch? Where's Twitch? I have a Twitch window open. So make sure this is working. Yes, fantastic. Mute. Okay. Hey everybody, how we doing? Sorry, it should be much better now. I needed to fix the internet real quick. Such is life. So I'm just gonna get this just right. Okay. It has been quite the week. It's been very busy. We're gonna talk about what I've been printing, what I'm working on, other things. Make sure I have Fusion open. I do. I'm still trying to fix that model. Yeah. Let's just jump to the end. I'll fix that later. So I've been doing a lot of modeling, working on some things that Aaron helped fix for me last week with a better file type, which has been absolutely just great. It's been really good. He was able to fix them, so they're much easier to work with now. Having a little bit of issue on one of them where like the faces are not really lining up properly. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to go about fixing that because the two different pieces of the model that I grabbed, they have two different wall sizes. That makes it a little more difficult to work with. So I just kind of have to, again, figure out what that is going to look like to be able to fix that. So what I've been printing, I'll show you the model in a minute. Yes, I've been printing these guys. So I've made several different ones. So these are those modular Trofast bins, okay? So these are kind of the ones that came standard. There's a, I'll call it a 1/3, and then there was a 2/3 model, so you can do this and this to make one row. There was a left and right corner for each side, where it actually goes like that across. And that was it. Those were all the sizes that were there. It was pretty bog standard, not a whole lot. So I have obviously printed a ton of these ones. I've printed more of these ones. There's 5 here. There's only 3 of that, so I need to print some more of those ones. The center 1/3 I've printed a bunch of. Actually, makes more sense. I should change that to call that 1/3. I have these as, what do I have these called as? They're not called 1/3, so I need to update that. But these are printed on lots of different printers. I've been using several different ones to do. So the black, these are all ABS printed on the QD Smart X3. Did I drop out? Hello, hello, hello. I think I'm good. I don't have any dropped frames, but YouTube has me frozen. Okay, looks like it's all right. Okay, I think it's okay. Albert Craig, hello, how you doing? Boom indeed. So yeah, so those 1/3 and 2/3 models, and then I've designed a few different inserts. So some just open, some with a cross member going through them, a divider. They're a little bit not quite as deep now. Before they were, I think I shaved off like 6 or 7 millimeters to make them just not quite as deep. It's a little bit better now, I think. And yeah, so I have a lot of those. Then I went ahead and combined the 1/3 and the 2/3, and I made a full 1 center, which has been pretty great. This was just some color change filament I had laying around, or rainbow filament, and yeah, it printed great. This is really big. This was 200 and how many mil is this one? So this is 265 millimeters wide. So I had to do this on the big boy printers. So this was printed on Bumblebee, which is a huge, big old 0.6 millimeter nozzle. So it spit this thing out like maybe an hour and 10 minutes, super quick. Really just kind of jolted out. So I've got these full ones for the middles. And then I went ahead and combined, well, no, then I went ahead and made the, where are they at? Oh, here they are. I went ahead and made 1/2s. So now this is half of the full one I made. I can now do 2 of these. So I've got the 1/3, 2/3, 1 full, 1/2. Great. I then took the 1/2 and combined it with the rounded corner. And I have now a 1/4 drawer sized. So that kind of makes it nice and big. I can, 2 of those side by side like that. That is 1/2 of the drawer between these two. I then took these two and put them together and made a 1/2 drawer all in one like this. So just basically combine those two. Again, massive, massive prints. 265 by 180-ish. 192. So really need a big plate to print these ones. Very big. As you can see, I'm sorting Lego brick. Because I had all of these are all 1x shorts. So 1x fort or 4 or smaller fort. And I've now divvied those up into a bunch of different ones because I just had them in one big thing. So I at least broke it down to all 1x shorts. And then now I've broken it up more than that. So 1x3, 1x4s, 1x2s, 2x2 corners, like that. And then 1x1s. Now once I have each of these made, so for the 1/2 drawers, or 1/2 of the middle piece, I made some inserts for those. I got the file I think it's pretty slick now. So I've got a nice chamfer that goes on those. So absolutely zero support, zero drooping as well now. They just fit so well. They actually will even stack little ones. They won't be able to slide into the drawers, but that's just how I'm storing them right now. So I've got a bunch of those. Then I went ahead and made for the 2/3 drawer, I remade new inserts for those. And I also made a single division for the 2/3 drawer. And then I think that's all I have printed of those right now. So there's a lot of different ones. Oh, here's all the 1x1s in there. So now we will jump into Fusion to show you some of the different ones I've made in there. Let's close this. Let's zoom out. Switch over to this guy. And here we have what I've made so far. So I've also made, I haven't printed this one yet, this guy right down here. This is I call it the big end. I need to rename some of these. But I called these single, doubles, half, but I need to call it a 1/3, 2/3. That's way better terminology for it. But I went ahead and just combined these two guys right here to be one single one on the end. And then here's the full size middle one, and I've made 2 different, I have one here without any divisions in it. And then I've got one with 2 divisions, so there's 3 different spots in there. And I've got one with just 1 division and 2 spots in it. So I need to remake, and I'm remaking all of these because I have them in my old file, but the old file was just not as good as they could have been. They weren't as accurate, and they were hard to model because the models were not great. But since Aaron kind of smoothed them out and took out all of the faces, kind of made them smooth, they're way easier to work with now. Less faces, I guess, or more faces now. I don't know what he did. I just know he fixed them, and it's great. So I'm going to make new inserts for the 1/3. I'm going to make inserts for the corners. And then I probably won't make inserts for the big end, half drawer, or quarter drawers, only because Those are so big for a reason, because I need to fit a ton of parts in those, and having those be kind of having a drawer on top of them won't really help me out. So I doubt I'll make full inserts for these guys. It's just not really necessary. One of the issues I'm having though is I'm going back and editing all of the original files because they all have this little round over on them, but they go flat here, and Filament doesn't print unsupported. Now it usually prints fine, but it could print so much better. And chamfers are better than fillets, and Aaron will thank me for that because he will agree. And so every transformer out there, fillets or chamfers are better than fillets. So I am deleting all of the fillets off of these, and I am putting on these nice chamfers that just absolutely are beautiful. They have zero stringing to them. The parts just print better. I'm leaving the bottoms of the inserts as flat because it doesn't matter if those are rounded off or not. It's easier and better to print them when they are flat. Otherwise, you might need to use a bit of support, or you'll have some droopage on there. Don't need any of that. They can be nice flat corners. I can always run my deburring tool off them to take off that edge if I want to, but they're pretty good. But you can see I've done the half drawer, I've done the triple, the full one. All of mine, actually these ones I've not edited. These are still with a fillet on them, and I have not changed these ones yet. So these still need to be updated. I did update those ones, and I'm pretty sure I updated, yeah, I updated the half drawer insert, or the half middle one as well. So there's still a few more I need to do, which is fine. And I'm kind of learning as I'm printing these and having some failures, kind of figuring out, okay, what's the best orientation? What's the best way to model these and whatnot? So the next thing I want to do is I'm going to fix these, but then these guys here, I've got a problem. Okay, so when I combine these, I took my half drawer here that I made, which was modeled off of one of these, just cut out the middle and then pulled it together, and that made the half, because I sized it based off of one of these end pieces, so they fit in very nicely into a drawer. Now the problem is though, is when I combine this half with the end piece, there is a difference, and the difference is very, very small. So we're going to zoom way in, we're going to turn ever so slightly, and as you can see, there is a face. I don't know how to get rid of this, because this side of it, the square end piece, is 1.5 millimeters thick. That is how thick the wall is. On the corner pieces that we created, they are 1.569 millimeters. And that is the difference of this guy right here. Now, let's see if actually it'll tell me between that and that. It will not tell me. What if I inspect from this line to this line? Yeah, 0.069. So 1.569 is the thickness of the lower wall. The upper wall is fine. The upper wall is exactly the same size. It is only this lower one that is wrong. So I'm trying to figure out how in the world I'm going to fix that, because I honestly don't know. Because I need to take it from the inside. I can't take it from the outside because the outside is lined up also not perfectly. So that's what the problem is. So I found out this is a problem because what I'm trying to do is, okay, we're going to get our chamfer tool. We're going to select that line, that make sure it goes all the way around, which is not, missing this one here, okay. And okay, so we're going all the way around, and I want to do this by 3 and this by 1.5. It won't do it. Even if I do it as 0.1 and 0.1, it will not do it. There's an error down here where where's it at here? Right there. We got this error that comes up. Move me back now. This error is here. Well, that's not very helpful. And the reason why it's doing that is because I come down here, where's the divide at? There it is. We zoom all the way into here. Can we see it? Ah, I'm lost. When you zoom in that low, you get kind of lost. Oh, I'm lost again. But anyways, when you go to try and do it, it's because there is a difference. It's not that one, it's the other one then, on the other side. Yeah, here it is right here. It's not there. But it's also not making it, it's like, fine, let's do, what did I say, I want this one done by 1.9 and 3. 1.5. It's not doing it. It don't do it because that is a difference in the wall size there, right here. This one is where the issue is. So I take that off. I can't take that part off. Or I can do a little bit of it. But yeah, it's just this one here. I can't do a chamfer on it. Not at all. See, it just immediately errors out on me. So that's the issue, is I can't get this section here to work. And trying to delete it, that doesn't work. This is already a single face, so deleting that just buggers it up like that and takes the whole thing away. So I have to cancel that out. So yeah, but it's because the walls are not actually proper. So I'm trying to figure that out. I could always try to chamfer just the outer ring here. It just doesn't let me, no matter what I try to do, because now where is it airing out at? It's not even show me where it's airing out at now. So equal distance. Yeah, like no matter what I do, it just doesn't like it at all. So one of these sides is just plain goofy. There's a little bit of goofy geometry in here as well. Like some of these like are just kind of goofy, and then they just, if I delete the wrong one, it deletes the whole thing. But again, that's just a weirdness of the geometry of it. I wish I could find where that was at outside, because I saw it there before. What's up, llama? Oh yeah, see if I delete that one, it takes that whole thing off. So yeah, I just can't wrap my head around that yet. I am trying to figure it out. I don't know if I need to blow these away and recreate them differently. Because it's easy enough just to stitch two of these together, which has made my life easier because I don't want to remodel these. It's going to be hard to try and recreate the fillets on them, I think. Because the way that they're filleted, I don't know if I'll be able to get it the same or not. Or I have to fillet the inside, then fillet the outside. I don't know. But it's a little bit on the difficult side, I think, to try and recreate these ones. Might end up being my only option, though. So we'll kind of have to, I'm going to mess with it a little bit more, maybe a little more tonight, and kind of go from there. But yeah, hey Aaron, how you doing, buddy? We were just talking about how difficult it is to edit one of these parts. So yeah, I don't know, and I don't know if I'm going to divide this one or not. I might put a division in there. I don't know if I'm going to create another one here that has a divide in it. The original model comes with this split version, but with Proof Slicer, you can just pick where you want to split now. And there's no reason for me to like provide split models anymore because you can just do it in ProSlicer. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to create a chamfer on this seam here. But the problem is that while I can do part of it, see, I can do all of that, I cannot do, where's it at here? Okay, so I can get most all of it like that, okay? It's this face right here it doesn't like. So if I go to do chamfer, let's do one by one, it just, boom, doesn't like it because the faces are not exact. There it is, here it is. Yeah, see this right here? There it is. This face right here, which I can't zoom in anymore. This is literally as zoomed in as I can go. I tried to delete it. It just bonks the whole thing if I try and delete it. See? It just kills the whole thing. Yeah, you see that, it's gone. So, I don't know how I don't even know what's the difference on so the inside was by 0.069 difference. What is the difference between you and you on the outside? 0.00, it's that small. So that is why I cannot add a fillet or a chamfer underneath the ledge here to make them print better. It's because of that issue. So again, it very might well be. Let's try real quick, since we got people here that are smarter than me. So we're gonna copy, we're gonna paste it, we're gonna put it right here. Okay. We're going to delete that face, and it's going to kill it. Okay, so that is absolutely fine. So we're going to go ahead and create a sketch down here. I'm going to do an offset from here. We're going to do this as 1.5 millimeters. And then finish that. And then how low did they go? Because the other thing is that they are on an angle as well, which is the other kind of tough part. I don't know what that angle is at all. I really don't. I don't really know if it really needs the angle. It's such a slight angle here. I don't know how to tell what that is. I can't drag cut it because then it messes up the geometry outside. We could try that. So extrude. See, once I get here to the edge, it can't go past this here. So -48. Nope, -47 is as far as I can get it to go. Set distance to all. Whoa. Whoa. Cannot complete extrusion. 47 is most you can go. Yeah, that does not like it at all. You know, or if I try to add the meat on, so if we, instead of doing a cut, oops. Even if I go to try to add it, it won't let me go past the turning point. But if we do all here, like you said, all, and join, the answer is no, cannot complete. The extrusion profile falls outside the boundary of selected body. I did not make the corners wider. I made them exactly how they were. But I want to see what is the length of this. 56. Now what is the from this face to the bum is 66 millimeters. So let's extrude this 66 millimeters. Now theoretically that part should be gone now, right? So if I try to do a chamfer on this now, nope, still is screwy. Cancel that. Let's go back into here. It's right there. Now if we do arc from here to this one, I delete that. I delete that face. Now I'm going to have to cut this one out too, or add to it. Let's cut it out. Where's it go? There it is. Go from here. Like that. And then we'll just do a line. That go there to there. Now we'll do another arc from that point to that point. Oh wait, no, not that one. I'm going to do an arc from this point to this point. Like that. We can delete that out. Now that should be straight. So I finished that sketch. Now it's straight. Yes, I did make the corner pieces larger. Sorry. Yes, you are correct. I can't really go back in history because I didn't really extrude it like I am this one here. So let's see if the chamfer works now. All highlights? No, it doesn't. Still doesn't highlight it all at once. So 1.5 and 3. Why is it going the wrong way? It's chamfering the wrong way. See, why doesn't it like it? And why is it chamfering the wrong way? Not attached. Oh, you're right. Derp. But I can buy. Okay, fine. This, sorry, join. That's why. There we go, Jalama. Still acting. It's still acting like it's not attached. Vince, how you doing, bud? How much bigger? I created a 1/2 center section. So there's the 1/3 and then there's the 2/3. I made a 1/2 and then I combined the 1/2 with this guy here. to make it exactly the size I want it to be, to make it a 1/4 drawer. Won't even let me select the whole doggone face. Oh, it's Blender? That's why. But still, you see, it's still trying to go the wrong direction. It's because it's not attached enough, maybe? How does it look over here? It should be directly underneath that. So what's the distance from here to here? Okay, fine. Let's go back to the sketcher. I did this wrong. Okay, let's start this and go over again here. So going from here, let's project all of that. And then we're going to offset that inner line by -1.5. That's what it's supposed to be. Delete that. And we need to verify that the sketch is straight, which it is not. So we're going to do a line here. And we want to cut that bit away. The new one, where am I at here? This guy, so here to here. That, we can do an arc from here to here, like that. To cut that part off, I guess, because that's the only problem. Now it makes that top part goofy. But does it fix the problem? Fill it. Chamfering that. All of it. So I want to 1.5 out, 3 down. Nope, it doesn't like this wall now. There's something wrong with it. But I can't tell what it is. Oh, there it is there again, too, on this side. It's not going on both sides or that way. Where'd it go? There it is right there. Is that it? No, that's not it. By splitting the original body, moving one part out. See, I did that, but then it messes up the top. So if you do that, so if you make the bottom line up, which I've done, then the top here doesn't line up because they're different sizes. See, it's ever so slightly off. I mean, the thing to do here, instead of doing that, we can just draw a line from point A to point B. That's probably what I should have did on the other side too, so that these line up. Let's do that. It won't be square, but it'll work. That's what we'll do here too. So we're just going to delete both of those lines, that line and that line. And then we'll actually could leave the inside one. Just need to delete the outside one, because the inside one doesn't matter if it has that tiny, tiny thing on it, and it will still match up properly and not make any weird overhangs or anything. Wait, no. This outside one here. There to there. Finish sketch. Turn it on. Extrude. 66. Now, can I chamfer it? It's all one line. That works. Let me see what you, okay, so Aaron sent me something. Let me look here. Download that and let us, so now I want to do file, I want to do an upload. Let's see what you got, Aaron. Hey, Adam, how you doing? How are things? Thinking about it. I'm pretty sure this is it, Aaron. See, it just bugs me that you're able to fix this and I'm not. You are buying a lot of printers, dude. Like, how did you fix that? What did you do? You cut it at that point? Is that what you were saying here? So let's just okay, I'm just going to delete all that work I just did on that because it's dumb. Okay. So you split it at the construction line, which is at the issue point. Or you just killed it both ways. So you split it right here. Okay, so fine. Let's okay, so we got this guy here. So we're going to do a split body, this body, the plane. Okay, you made a let's do that. So let's construction pane. We go here, move it. Right there, right? You start with the model you sent me. Okay, that's fine. Adam, these are for the Trofast, IKEA Trofast bins. Just gonna hide that part. It doesn't like it. I guess I'm also curious, how did you solve the different sized walls? Because the one was 1.5, the other one was 1.569. So it was almost, 3/4 of a millimeter difference between what the wall of this side was and what the wall of this side was. But then if I delete this, does it work? So let's see if the model you sent me, if it works to put a chamfer on it. Okay, and we want to do a chamfer. I want to do on here. Of course it works. Of course it freaking works. Thank you, Aaron. I appreciate it. Just... All right, well, I'm going to steal these. Since you've already fixed them and you've done the work for it, I'm going to just steal these and import them into my master file. Okay. Okay. I don't remember how to move them from one to the others. How do I? Okay, can you hear me now? My mic died. I think it should be good now. Okay. I don't know why this keeps... Why is it up here now? What are you doing up there? I'm just trying to align them to make sure they're the same size as what I made. So fine, we'll just do it the old school move way. Yeah, I think those are right, Aaron. Those are good. Because you added on how wide those were. I just wanted to confirm they were the proper size, and it looks like they are. They match up on that face and that face. So again, yeah. So I'm gonna delete that out, get rid of all the stuff that I don't need in there anymore for it. Did you just measure how wide the other ones were? Because this is how wide it needs to be. So it needs to be from, if I inspect from this face to this face, is 96 millimeters actually. But I don't think a millimeter will matter. I'm going to save that. Straight up eyeballed it. That was very close eyeball then. But that just means that gives them just a smidge more wiggle room in the drawer, which will be good. I think a little wiggle room won't hurt anything. So yeah, so that's fixed now, which is great to see. Interesting enough, when I chamfered the big one here, it did not work. There we go. Now that's fixed. Yeah. Okay, I understand. Like I said, it might be one thing to try and remake them one day, but like that's a lot of work to try and do that. Frankly, it's a lot. And like also because like you could gain space because these are the angle on these is so big. There's dead space, so there's wasted space in the drawer because of how these are shaped. So maybe one night I'll just put on some music and I'll try to recreate these. I'd have to figure out what the angle of the outer wall is because it needs to be at an angle because the drawers are at an angle, but the insides can be absolutely straight up and down. There's no reason for them to be at an angle whatsoever. It's just a lot of wasted space here. So is there a way to figure that out? So like if I do this, capture position, I'm going to project that, and I'm going to project this line here like that. Now if I draw a line from here straight down 90 degrees, I come over to it, inspect this. Is there any way for it to tell me that? Like what the degree change is? So if I select inspect this to this, it is a 2 degrees. That seems so much more than 2 degrees, right? I said do it not in a sketch? What? This face and this face? Oh, it does tell you that. Okay, it's a 2 degree difference. I see now. See, but why is it 2 degrees? Why? What's the point? What's the point of making a 2 degree wall on the inside? What's the angle on the outside? Angle 2 degrees as well? It is also 2 degrees. I don't know, I'm just flabbergasted that 2 degrees ends up being a difference of, because these are almost smack against each other. After 66 millimeters, it is a 7 millimeter difference. Okay, it's not huge, but it's still there. And it's not like you can put these in a way where, like, especially these corner pieces, not against the wall of the box, of the drawer. Like, it's not that way. So anyways, thank you, Aaron, for assisting. I greatly appreciate that. You're the man as always. But yeah, I think it's something that I need to just play around with in a new sketch and see if I can figure it out. I want to rename these. So this is right half drawer. This is left half drawer. I'm going to rename these real quick. So we have so this is a 1/3 middle bin. Whoops. Okay, and this is a 2/3 middle bin. Then I have where's this guy at? 1/2 middle bin. And now we're going to call this a 3/3 middle bin. Could call it full, but I don't know. I like 3/3 right now. And where's this guy? Where's the 1/2 middle bin? All right, so those are betterly named now. So this is the 2/3 middle bin insert. This is a 2/3 middle bin. That's 3/3. 2/3 middle bin. I'm just doing the bin and then the inserts after it here in the tree. It just makes it easier for me to, as I go down and figure things out. Put you at right corner, and this should be right corner. Yep. I guess I can pull it out of the component. Can you? Can you remove it from a component? I guess I should create each one of these as a component, and then the inserts as subcomponents would probably be better, to be honest. Just a little more clean, I guess. And I'm deleting these out because I think it's dumb. No, it's going to think about it for a minute now. Well, that took a minute. Longer than I thought it was going to take. But yeah, clearly you can see I've got lots of them made. I still have more that I need to make. I'm going to work on changing out those fillets for chamfers on the full-size middle sections. And I hope to finish printing all the parts. That did not work at all. Undo that. We're just going to remove them because deleting is the wrong thing to do. Remove. They're gone. So I want to just finish printing all of the parts that I have not yet printed because I want to make sure that they will all fit properly. I don't know that yet until I print them. Then once I can print them and I confirm they all fit well, I would then go ahead and upload them to printables. I still have to call this a remix because I technically didn't make the core ones of it, but I've kind of remade almost every part of it except for the core few bins in the middle. I've remixed it well. So I'll upload this to printables at that point, and then maybe again work on the V2s where things are straight and not at a 2-degree angle. Because I guess that also is kind of why these fit. They don't go down far enough though, but I pulled them in. They're inset 1.5 millimeters from the outside, and it's just enough that they fit in there without any, with just like a smidge of. I just pushed that in myself. Don't do that. If you push them in, this stays. But if you just set it there, they just sit on there nicely, and it pulls out real nicely as well. Super. I'm happy with that. They don't really jingle around at all once they have some parts in them. But I also brought it up a few millimeters just to make them a bit taller because I want to make sure that they extended above the top there so you had something to grab onto. I mean, the grabbies are there as well, but it just gives you a little more meat to grab into. The ones that I found online, someone had put in, they made this one. This was just a bad model. Again, because they kind of remixed what he had and cut it down and shrunk it, but then they put like the post in the middle for it. I find that is unnecessary. There's no reason to put a post there because you can just grab the wall and pull that out. And it's not like the post comes, 2-3 millimeters taller, maybe 2 millimeters taller. It's not like it's like way up high and much easier to grab because it's up here and this is all full of something. I just don't feel that is really necessary for this. And I made my wall just a little bit thicker. My walls go all the way through. They're not like here, as I showed you. That is, it's broken now because I messed with it. But while these ones do fit a little bit more snugly in, I don't like it. Don't like it at all. So that's why I'm not choosing to use those ones. I think the ones that I made are perfectly fine and fit well and work well. Especially having the new chamfers on them. That definitely helps a lot because it definitely helps with some of the stringing. Where unlike this printer, because it's a 0.6 millimeter nozzle, there was no stringing under it just because it was so big. There was only one filament that went there, but with a 0.4 millimeter nozzle, it definitely had a lot of stringing that I would have to pull off of the sides of these. There would be, 2 or 3. There's another one here still. 2 or 3 little hairs coming down that didn't quite attach because there wasn't enough there to attach on, and they were printing in thin air. And there's no reason to do support on these. That's just overkill because they're such a simple part. It should be designed supportless. But as Aaron said, someone made this in Blender and didn't really understand 3D printing, and that's why they are the shape that they are. What I need to do though is I need to get one of those, what are they called? It's the radius finding tools. You can like 3D print them to find out what the real radius of the inside of the drawer is. Because I don't know what it is. I would assume it's whatever this is, which, is there a way to tell in Fusion, like what this radius is? Is it the length of the radius? So if I inspect that line, it's 15.3 millimeters. Is that a 15 millimeter radius then? Like they put a 15 millimeter chamfer on it? Is that what that means? Or it's a 10 millimeter. So the radius is the chamfer then, is that correct? Okay. Also, I wonder, how are you guys liking this? So I have the stream on super ultra low latency right now. So it's pretty quick for you guys to be able to hear me and chat back. It's already that way in Twitch, but I'm just curious how it's working out so far. Aaron says no now. Okay. So it's a 20 millimeter diameter, a 10 millimeter radius, 15.3 millimeter length. I'm just seeing some of these little corner spotches on the parts here that I haven't deleted out yet. Again, it's not great geometry that was pulled out, so I just have to kind of do these just to smooth them out a little bit. It's not on all of them, it's only on a couple of them. If you were to create that fillet, I think it would be the, oh my God, you're kidding me? It is that, it's that length. 15.357, that's the fillet. Okay, well, I mean, 15 millimeter would be fine. I mean, the 0.3 millimeters is not going to matter. I just need to figure out, how do I confirm that that's it? I guess I could just print I could just make a thing real quick. So we could just create a square, and then we can extrude it up 3 mil, and then I can do a 15 millimeter, a 15 mil fillet on there and see how this matches the profile in there. I feel like that's going to be huge. I don't think it needs to be that big, honestly. So I think that will be where I need to start, is take this kind of like template, see how that matches. Because I could always do different ones. Said the radius was 10. Oh, radius of this one. Oh, you're right. Let's see if that matches now. Let's inspect this. Oh no, the length is 23. So it's not 15. Let's try 10. 15.7. The radius is 10, diameter is 20. So how is it different now? So if it's a 10, the 10 is the radius then of the fillet. So it's 10 and 20, which matches this one here. Okay, let's look. This one here. Let's try this one here on the side. Okay, 15.8. What's not even correct there? Okay, 10, 20, 15.3. 10, 20, 15.7. Oh, the 2 degrees. Okay, wow, you sure? Because that's just a length from one point to another. so what if I, okay, let's make another object here. And let's do another 25, oh no, let's do it differently. Hang on. Let's do another sketch on this space here. Okay, we're going to do that, and then can I move it over a little bit? Let's do that. Now, if I extrude this down, so we go 25, and I'm going to add a 2-degree taper to it. Okay. And now I'm going to fillet this 10. Inspect this. There you are, Aaron. Look, you were right. You're absolutely right. 15.363. 15.357. It's close. It's real close. Obviously, some of the geometry might be different, but it's super close. It's 0 something off. It's 0.1 off. 0.01. Sorry, 0.01 off. So we're close enough. So I don't know. I feel like that's a big difference there. So I'm just gonna print 2 of these and see how it fits in there as like a little, guide, and go from there. Because like if I do this one as like 8 millimeters, I'm kind of curious how they fit in, because 8's much better curve. Let's do some text real quick. So 10, 8. There. Thank you, Aaron. Have a good one, bud. I could do the same thing on this one here. Do a fillet of 8 here. Create some text. Now I'll give it just some keys of the 2-degree taper and 0 taper. See how that goes. All right, well, I think that's going to be it for tonight, because it's been a long one, and made some progress today, which is great, but it wasn't all the progress I wanted to make. There's some other things I wanted to do tonight, but I ended up getting way too into this. So I'll probably just do it off camera. So what I'm having an issue with is I was printing the other night one of the bins, and Fastlane, which is my Prusa Mark III S clone that I made from my old G-Tech. I took parts from that and kind of made that. It's been upgraded ever since, but anyways, it's my clone of the Mark III S. The bed is no longer reporting. So I'm going to pull it off the shelf, put it here on the table. I'm going to check the connections, make sure the connection is still there, and then I'll put a new temperature probe on there, see if it works. And if it does, then I know I need to replace the one. The nice thing about the MK52 bed, it is just Kapton taped to the bottom of it, which I have a boatload up here with all the tapes. There's lots up there. So I just need to test out the sensor, see if it's working. If it is, great. If not, I need to fix it. Shouldn't be too big of a hassle, but I need to move. Literally my entire 4-foot table is just covered in these 3D printed bins. Is there one on this printer still? No, I took that one off. But yeah, they're all done. I'm still debating if I want to start live streaming on the Lego channel when I do Lego stuff, because I've been doing just so much work with it right now. I have a lot of videos coming out on Lego channel, so if you're not subscribed, you might want to check that out. If you just go to the channels of here, I think I have it linked. I don't have anything on Twitch yet for that, but I'm debating on it. But I just think like maybe if while I'm working on a build or changing up, like I just got the diner here, so the diner's new, and then I have the Palace Cinema down here that I'm doing a whole remodel on the interior of, because I can. There's really nothing else to it because you don't see any of it when it sits in the little city, but I think it would be fun to make it a little bit more accurate and updated because it's a very old. The Palace Cinema, I believe, is a 2014 model, or could be older, could be 2010. When did that one come out? Does it say? What year did this come out? How about it doesn't tell you on the Lego site? If we go to brick set, this came out in 2013. Okay, and it retired in 2017. So there's not a whole lot of details compared to things that are out nowadays. So that's why I'm doing some updates to it. It's fun. The kids are enjoying it as well. I kind of get their input on, hey, I'm making a chair look like this, and I'm thinking about doing the floor and everything like that, and they're enjoying it. And it gives them also a little place to, a little more play, more stories. My oldest is very good with stories. She's a D&D player. She's very good at making stories happen. So having some stories in there will also help out. All right, I'm going to call it there. So thank you all for joining in. Thank you for the assistance to everyone who helped me kind of model my way through modeling. As you can see, I'm still not very good at 3D modeling, even after doing it for, 8 years now. By no means professional, just figure it out as I do it. That's just how it goes. So thank you all for joining in. I hope you enjoyed. I will be back again next week, Sunday, hopefully same time, to start working on projects again. So thank you all for tuning in. Happy printing. I'll see you all next time.